Hello, future engineers and scientists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of organic chemistry. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating topic of halogenation, specifically focusing on alkanes, a crucial concept for your advanced preparation. We'll start with the basics, then gradually build up to the advanced theories, mechanisms, and applications. Get ready to explore this fundamental reaction across 4 levels of increasing complexity, from easy fundamentals to hardest competitive insights. Let's begin. Ready for the basics? Let's start by understanding what halogenation is and why it's important for alkanes. Halogenation is essentially a process where hydrogen atoms in an alkane molecule are swapped out for halogen atoms. Think of it as a substitution reaction. Alkanes, being quite stable, usually don't react easily. But halogenation provides a key way to make them more reactive and introduce new chemical groups. The general reaction is straightforward. An alkane, represented as RH, reacts with a halogen molecule, X2 to form a haloalkane, RX, and a hydrogen halide, HX. This is a foundational concept in organic chemistry. For this reaction to happen, we need specific conditions, typically ultraviolet light or high temperatures. These energy sources are crucial for breaking the strong bond between the two halogen atoms, kickstarting the reaction. A classic example is methane reacting with chlorine under UV light, producing chloromethane and hydrogen chloride. It's important to note that this reaction proceeds via highly reactive species called free radicals, and if you have too much halogen, you can end up replacing more than one hydrogen, a process called polyhalogenation. Now, let's test your understanding with a few practice questions. Take a moment to think about the definitions, conditions, and basic examples we just covered. These questions will help solidify your grasp of the easy-level concepts before we move on to more complex aspects of halogenation. Good luck! Alright, let's step up our game. In the medium level, we'll delve deeper into the how and why of alkane halogenation. The halogenation of alkanes isn't just a simple swap, it follows a detailed free radical chain mechanism. This mechanism involves 3 key stages: initiation, where halogen molecules break apart into reactive free radicals; propagation, where these radicals continue the chain reaction by abstracting hydrogen from alkanes and reacting with more halogen; and finally, termination, where radicals combine to end the chain. Understanding these steps is crucial to predicting reaction outcomes and learning how the reaction progresses at a molecular level. The type of halogen used significantly impacts the reaction. Fluorination is extremely vigorous, often explosive, and hard to control. Chlorination is fast but less selective, meaning it can react at various positions. Bromination is slower but much more selective, favoring specific hydrogen atoms. Iodination, on the other hand, is very slow and often reversible, making it less practical. This difference in reactivity, from fluorine to iodine, is a critical aspect of understanding halogenation and designing synthetic routes. When an alkane has different types of hydrogen atoms, like primary, secondary, or tertiary, halogenation shows a preference, known as regoselectivity. This preference is driven by the stability of the intermediate alkyl radical formed, with tertiary radicals being the most stable, followed by secondary, then primary. This leads to mixtures of products, especially with chlorination. Furthermore, if excess halogen is present, multiple hydrogen atoms can be replaced, leading to polyhalogenation, making it challenging to isolate a single desired product. Time to challenge yourselves with some medium-level questions. These problems will require you to apply your knowledge of the free radical mechanism, halogen reactivity, and regoselectivity. Think critically about the steps involved and the factors influencing product formation. This will prepare you for the intricacies of organic reactions. Pause the video if you need more time to solve these. Let's see how well you can apply these concepts. Now, let's push our understanding further into the hard level, exploring the intricate details and theoretical underpinnings. The free radical mechanism can be broken down into precise steps. Initiation involves the homolytic cleavage of the halogen molecule by UV light or heat, generating two halogen radicals. The propagation phase is a two-step cycle. First, a halogen radical abstracts a hydrogen from the alkane, forming an alkyl radical and HX. Then, this alkyl radical reacts with another halogen molecule to form the halogenated product and regenerate a halogen radical, continuing the chain. Finally, termination occurs when any two radicals combine, ending the chain reaction. Understanding these steps is fundamental for predicting reaction pathways and outcomes. Several factors govern the reactivity and selectivity of halogenation. The bond dissociation energy of the CH bond dictates how easily a hydrogen can be abstracted, with tertiary CH bonds being the weakest. The stability of the resulting alkyl radical, following the order tertiary greater than secondary greater than primary, also plays a crucial role. For instance, chlorination is less selective because its hydrogen abstraction step is highly exothermic, leading to a reactant-like transition state. In contrast, bromination is more selective as its nearly thermoneutral H abstraction step results in a product-like transition state, where radical stability has a greater influence on activation energy. The reactivity-selectivity principle states that more reactive species are less selective, while less reactive species are more selective. This perfectly explains why fluorine is unselective, chlorine shows some selectivity, and bromine is highly selective. For example, bromine strongly prefers abstracting tertiary hydrogens. Furthermore, if halogenation creates a new chiral center, a racemic mixture of enantiomers is formed. This is because the intermediate alkyl radical is planar, allowing the halogen to attack from either face with equal probability, leading to a 50-50 mix of the two possible stereoisomers. It's time for some hard-level challenges. These questions will test your analytical skills on reaction mechanisms, factors influencing selectivity, and stereochemical outcomes. You'll need to apply your knowledge of radical stability, activation energies, and the reactivity-selectivity principle. Don't be afraid to draw out mechanisms and consider all possible products. This deeper dive is essential for excelling in G Advanced. Take your time, analyze each problem carefully, and give it your best shot. Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll explore halogenation with competitive depth, delving into advanced theories and engineering insights. Let's analyze halogenation through the lens of thermodynamics and kinetics. The overall enthalpy change, or delta H, varies significantly across halogens, from highly exothermic fluorination to endothermic iodination. Kinetics focuses on the activation energy, EA, of the rate-determining step, which is usually hydrogen abstraction. Hammond's postulate is key here. It explains that for exothermic steps, the transition state resembles the reactants, leading to lower selectivity, as seen in chlorination. For endothermic or thermoneutral steps, like in bromination, the transition state resembles the products, making radical stability a dominant factor and thus increasing selectivity. This interplay between energy and reaction pathway is crucial. Delving deeper into regioselectivity, we can quantitatively predict product distributions by using the relative rates of hydrogen abstraction for primary, secondary, and tertiary hydrogens. For instance, chlorine's relative rates are approximately 3.85, while bromines are dramatically higher, at about 1.80 to 1600. These values allow for precise calculations of isomer percentages. When a chiral center is formed, the planar nature of the alkyl radical intermediate ensures that the halogen can attack from either side with equal probability, leading to a racemic mixture. This forms the basis for understanding the stereochemistry of these reactions. Controlling halogenation is vital in synthesis. To minimize polyhalogenation, we use a large excess of the alkane, ensuring that the halogen radicals preferentially react with unreacted alkane molecules. For regoselectivity, bromination is often preferred due to its higher selectivity. However, several side reactions can occur. Alkyl radicals can undergo disproportionation to form alkanes and alkenes, or, in more complex systems, even rearrangements. Elimination reactions, like dehydrohalogenation, can also compete, especially if strong bases are present. Understanding these competing pathways is essential for optimizing reaction conditions and product yields. Halogenated alkanes are incredibly useful synthetic intermediates, serving as precursors for a vast array of organic compounds through nucleophilic substitution and elimination reactions. Industrially, they've been important as solvents and refrigerants, though many have been phased out due to environmental concerns. Modern research is now focused on developing greener, more selective halogenation methods. Techniques like photodox catalysis, enzymatic halogenation, and transition metal catalysis offer exciting new avenues to achieve precise CH activation and functionalization, moving beyond the traditional free radical approach to enhance control and sustainability in organic synthesis. All right, it's time for the ultimate challenge. These first 5 hardest level questions are designed to test your deepest understanding of halogenation. You'll need to integrate concepts from thermodynamics, kinetics, regoselectivity, and stereochemistry. Think about how different factors influence reaction outcomes, predict complex product mixtures, and apply quantitative reasoning. These are the kinds of problems that truly distinguish top performers in competitive exams. Take your time, analyze every detail, and strive for precision in your answers. Let's tackle the remaining 5 hardest level questions. These problems will push your critical thinking even further, asking you to consider control strategies, potential side reactions, and the broader synthetic utility of halogenation. Reflect on modern approaches and the limitations of traditional methods. Engaging with these advanced concepts will not only sharpen your problem-solving skills but also provide a comprehensive perspective on this important reaction. Keep pushing your limits, and remember that every challenge overcome strengthens your foundation for advanced success. And that concludes our in-depth exploration of halogenation of alkanes. From the basic definitions to the most complex mechanisms and applications, we've covered a vast landscape of knowledge essential for your advanced success. Remember, consistent practice and a clear understanding of fundamental principles are key. For more such comprehensive educational content, practice questions, and mock tests, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting chemistry lessons. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep aiming for excellence. See you in the next session.